Colonization of the Galapagos Islands began in 1832, when Ecuador made them part of its national territory. The Ecuadorian government granted several colonization projects to private companies to exploit local natural resources. One of these colonies was Hacienda El Progreso, which operated on San Cristobal Island from the mid-19th century. The ruins of this plantation are currently one of the few heritage sites that exist in the archipelago. In the 1860s, Ecuadorian businessmen Manuel J. Cobos, Angel Cobos, and José Monroy obtained a long-term concession to exploit the agricultural resources of San Cristobal Island, formerly known as Chatham. They founded the Empresa Colonizadora de Galapagos, focused on the production of horchilla, from which purple dye is extracted. This business became unprofitable in the 1870s, so the company decided to create an industrial plantation called El Progreso in the upper part of the island. Approximately 400 labourers lived and worked on the plantation, many of them prisoners and indigents from the mainland. Hacienda El Progreso occupied approximately 3,000 hectares of land, which was used for sugarcane, coffee, cattle grazing, and fruit plantations. At the beginning of the 20th century, El Progreso produced approximately 500 tons of sugar per year and large quantities of alcohol. Steam-powered machinery was imported from Europe, an irrigation system was created, more than 100 kilometers of roads and trails were built, and a Decauville model railroad was installed to transport products from the highlands to a deep-water pier. Digital modelling and virtual reality tools are useful to recreate ancient structures in order to visualize their possible physical characteristics and their employ in the past. Using archaeological information, LiDAR data and historical photos, we have created a three-dimensional digital model of the main house of El Progreso Plantation. The objective is to visualize and virtually visit the structure that was the political center of Galapagos during the last decades of the 19th century. Construction of the main house of Hacienda El Progreso started in the 1880s, when Manuel Cobos decided to live permanently on San Cristobal Island. This structure was purposely located in the center of the plantation, between the workers' village and the sugar factory, with the intention to watch over all the workers' activities on the plantation. The house was built with wood from native trees and underwent several periods of construction and readjustment. The building had 2 floors, a balcony and a watchtower to oversee the workers and to look out for the possible arrival of ships. This complex was the geographic and political center of the Galapagos Islands during the last 2 decades of the 19th century. In January 1904, Manuel Cobos was brutally murdered by his own workers. The murderer was one of his trusted stewards, who justified the act given the strict social control and exploitation of the workers and their families, the poor living conditions and the constant physical punishments. Weeks after the murder, a delegation of the National Police, along with 2 journalists, travelled to San Cristobal Island to reconstruct the events and to collect witness testimonies. They found that Cobos was first shot by his steward. He fell from the 2nd floor and was then finished off by the rest of the community with machetes. The document, published by José Bognoli and José Moises Espinosa in 1905, is the only written evidence of this violent event, which started the decline of the El Progreso plantation. The company changed owners several times, modified its physical structure and reduced sugar production until it ceased operations in early 1930, declaring bankruptcy. Later, the industrial machinery was removed and transported to the mainland, and the hacienda's land was subdivided into private farms and agricultural plots. The ruins of this plantation still exist in some parts of the town of El Progreso today.